What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Sane, and during a live stream, I've got the chat here with me. Today, we are going to continue the series of ranking all of the monotypes, I guess. My monotype ranking for all the games in a general sense, and we're going on to grass type. Oh, no! I forgot the quote. We're looking at this live. We're doing this live, guys. And we are doing the grass type because I have been humbly requested with the best bars ever, brought to you by Diego Xavier. I don't mean to be crass, so please don't lambast, but type grass is often harassed as ass, so don't give it a pass, but a tearless fast. Such beautiful poetry brought to you by Diego Xavier. Everyone, round of applause for Diego. That's the whole reason why we are doing the grass type tier list. So, to reiterate, if you guys are new to the series, or if you just want a refresher, I'm going to rank all of the grass types. The non-legendary, I'm not going to count legendaries, I'm not going to count ultra beasts, because I would usually ban them. And I'm also not going to talk about Silvally anymore, just because he's always A tier. But I'm talking about all the grass type Pokemon and a general Nuzlocke. So by general Nuzlocke, I mean any game that they might appear in. It could be a randomizer, it could be Sword and Shield, Gen 1, anything like that. Just any game that they can appear in, how good are they generally? I'm not going to talk about hidden abilities, so no Chlorophyll's, Venusaur. Talking about level up movesets for a Nuzlocke setting. So let's get into it. I will start from Gen 1 and go down. Start with Venusaur. I've also got the tier. Let's go with the tiers real quick. So touch is all the grass types, because you guys should touch grass. We got C tier. This is as strong as a single leaf. B tier, as strong as weeds. A tier, as strong as a tree. And S tier, strong as the ganja. Which, depending on what state you're in, country you are in, might be legal, might be not. It's legal in my state, so you cannot come at me. And then the top tier, the final tier, La Planta. This is who I think is the ultimate #1 best grass type ever. Let's just first get it out of the way. If you guys saw the fighting type one, Lilligant deserves to be here. Hisuian Lilligant deserves to be here because of Victory Dance. That move is literally so freaking crazy broken. So I'm going to talk about Lilligant and also somebody else, but I'll talk about Lilligant when we get there. Or I'll just leave Lilligant there, yeah. Hisuian Lilligant, it's going to be there. We're going to pick another one to be the other La Planta outside of Hisuian and Lilligant, because I don't want to just talk about a Pokemon I've already put here before. Alright, let's talk about Venusaur. So Venusaur... Actually, no, before I go, one more criteria. I think there are 3 forms of grass types. I think there's 3 playstyles that grass types usually fit into. I think there is the bulky supportive grass type. Typically, not always bulky. I think they're purely supportive grass type. These grass types probably use things like Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, healing moves, and kind of stall, and more of like a team setup. You have the Chlorophyll Sweeper grass types. These are the ones like Bellossom, for example. You utilize Chlorophyll, you utilize Sunny Day, and like Solar Beam, and you go crazy. Grass type go burr. And then there's the other one, I guess. I'm going to call them blanket. The blanket offense, more or less. They're the blanket offense grass types. Grass types, I guess, like Torterra, like Sceptile, that don't really set up Sun to operate to do as much damage. They just do it immediately. They kind of have immediate power. They don't really set up. They're not. Yeah. I think they kind of in their own way just deal damage. Whether they use Quiver Dance or set up like Swords Dance or something, they're non-weather. So Chlorophyll, so we've got support, Chlorophyll, and blanket offense. I'll talk about those. Venusaur is a bulky support more often because it's no Chlorophyll. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Venusaur's bulky. It's really known for like Sleep Powder, Leech Seed for like Gen 3 and stuff. And you get it in Gen 6. Any generation. Sleep Powder is always going to be great. Leech Seed's always going to be great. Giga Drain is good offense. Sometimes, like, later generations, it gets better offensive moves, like Leaf Storm, super late. Petal Dance, like, super late. Most of its really good offensive moves are super late. Sludge Bomb is decent stab for it. I think it's fine when Sludge Bomb is physical stab. It works. Like, it's got a decent enough attack. It can be a decent attacker, but I think the real selling point of Venusaur is like Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, healing, bulky, supportive Pokemon, and I think it's really good at that, so I put it in the A tier. It could move up to S. We'll see. And the ordering inside of tiers isn't huge. Like, if I put random other Pokemon in A tier, I don't necessarily think Venusaur is better than Torterra. They probably do different roles. If I think they're in the same tier but they do the same role, then I'll talk about... Then I'll order them. But in tier ordering doesn't matter too much. Vileplume is also going to go in the A tier for me, because Vileplume can still do the same bulky support grass type stuff that Venusaur can, to a lesser extent, but it also has Chlorophyll, and being able to kind of turn the tides, become a Chlorophyll, Sunny Day, Solar Beam Sweeper is really good as well. You trade Leech Seed for the power of Chlorophyll, and I think that's just really good. Like, Chlorophyll grass types that hit hard and do it well, which I think Vileplume does, are very good. Grass Poison's fine typing too. Parasect. Parasect's going to go in the B tier. Compared to other grass types, like a bunch of other grass types can put things to sleep, but it does have Spore, and it gets Spore earlier than other ones. Bug Grass is bad competitive typing, but I don't think for a Nuzlocke it's that horrible. You can kind of understand when you're fighting a fire type and when you're fighting a flying type, that's not the most common coverage. Like, sometimes there's aerial ace coverage, but you kind of know what you're going up against. So like, I don't really think quad weaknesses are the biggest deal if it's a type that's not like super common coverage. Which I would say, like, fighting is a pretty common coverage type. I feel like flying and fire, you kind of know when you're fighting a fire type, so I don't really care about it as much. But yeah, just Spore. It's got some decent bulk. I mean, bug typing's pretty interesting and gives it some longevity into late game, because a lot of Elite Four members have like dark types or psychic types. That's a very common Elite Four type. So I think it can hold up pretty well. I think it's a decent B tier. It could fall down to C. Like, this list can fluctuate. I might just be power crept, but I can think of plenty more Pokemon that I would like Parasect more than others. I think Victory Bell is kind of like Vileplume. It's a better Chlorophyll Sweeper, because it just has higher attacking stats, but it's not as good of a bulky Pokemon. So I think in the role, I think Vileplume's a little bit more flexible than Victory Bell is, but Victory Bell can be more threatening offensively just as a pure Chlorophyll Sweeper. You can do like Swords Dance, Sludge Bomb, Sunny Day, Solar Beam, still great. I think it does it good. I think it does it well. These guys actually might come down to B tier. A tier might shift. But yeah, I think it's along here with the other grass types. And again, the reason that Venusaur is in the same tier as these guys, because these guys have Chlorophyll, Venusaur doesn't. So they can actually put things to sleep faster, because they can just be in the sun, and then now they're super fast and they can put things to sleep before they even get to act. Venusaur does have to take a hit, which even though it's bulkier, it's like still has to take a hit first. Exeggutor is going to be the first S tier in my opinion. I think the added Psychic type just gives it... I think the Psychic Stab makes it an even scarier offensive threat as a Chlorophyll Sweeper. Like super fast Psychic is really cool, and then you have like the Sun Booster, Sun, Solar Beams. You still have Sleep Powder. You have Sleep Powder Dream Eater, which is kind of cool too. So you're like a Psychic type with the most accurate sleep move, so you're probably the best like Dream Eater, which like Sleep Powder Dream Eater is not a bad combo for it at all. So I would put it in the S tier. I would put it above. I think just the Psychic typing gives it something really interesting. There's a common thing I like to say in these lists where I say 2 birds with 1 stone with your typing. If you ever want a Psychic type on your team but also want a Grass type on your team, Exeggutor fills both. I think it's pretty neat. So I'm going to put him in the S tier. I think he's just above these guys. Tangela, I actually think Tangela... So this is Tangela pre-Gen 4, when it's just Tangela. So like Gen 1, 2, 3, really. And I think Tangela's another great Chlorophyll Sweeper. It's really physically bulky, and that could be kind of nice. Still no Sleep Powder. It's another Chlorophyll Sweeper. So I think it just falls in line with these guys. I don't think it's any worse than these guys are. Meganium. I love Meganium so much, but this thing just doesn't have anything going for it. It's bulky, but It's like it screens. Like you use this thing for like screens, but it would really benefit from having like Leech Seed. I think Leech Seed. I don't know. This thing just needs help. It needs a lot of help. It doesn't really do anything impactful. It's just it's a bulky grass type. Which if you don't have Sleep Powder or like Leech Seed, then what are you really offering as a bulky grass type? Jumpluff. Grass flying is interesting. I mean, ice. I feel like being quad weak to ice is worse than being quad weak to like fire flying, because water types will have it. I think water. Oh yeah, water. So you're kind of like scared. Jumpluff just has no offense. Absolutely no offense. It does have like Sleep Powder. This thing's like fast Sleep Powder. It can still. I mean, has chlorophyll, so it can be even faster. But I don't think it really utilizes chlorophyll because it's already so fast and it's so weak that like its chlorophyll solar beams are not that impactful. So it's kind of like Sleep Powder. Then you switch out. That's kind of all you really do with this thing. Sadly. Tangela isn't good enough. I have to disagree with you there. I think Tangela is just as good of a chlorophyll sweeper as these guys are. I mean, I think they're better, but I don't think they're so much better, kind of thing. Like the mono grass typing versus like it kind of depends, I guess. So if you have a Tangela and you have a Vileplume in your box, I think it really depends on are you worried about psychic Pokemon? Then Tangela would be a better pick here. Neutral to electric? Oh, for Jumpluff. Yeah, Jumpluff is grass type neutral to electric, which isn't great. I guess you're a flying type, not weak to electric, but like I just think Jumpluff it offers fast Sleep Powder and that's it. That's all it does. It switches out from there. And there's just other grass types that can use Sleep Powder and do something else. Sunflora is just the weakest. Sunflora is just the weakest chlorophyll Pokemon. It's really squishy. And like not that good offensively. I just think it's so outdone by like the rest of these guys, even like Tangela. Because at least Tangela's like bulky. It's got like good defense. Like Tangela can take a physical attack, and that's pretty cool. Sunflora just gets so overshadowed. I think it's really bad. Blossom. I think Blossom is. I think that's really late to get to. And Fire Red, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess I'll put a B tier. Yeah. Blossom, I think, is top of A tier. I think Blossom is my favorite chlorophyll sweeper. That's just like pretty much used for just its grass typing. I guess I will put it with the rest of these guys too. I just think it just operates really well. It's just these guys, but not weak to psychic, which I like. I think not being weak to psychic is better for endgame. Actually, I still want to put Tangela for the same reason I'm talking about Blossom. I think not being weak to Psychic is really helpful for like a late game Sun Team Grass type, because Psychic is so commonly an Elite Four type. Like I feel like in most games there's a Psychic type Elite Four member you have to deal with. Like every game I'm thinking of right now, I'm trying to think of a game that doesn't have a Psychic type Elite Four member. Sun and Moon, I guess. So like I feel like. Just not being weak to Psychic, and also resisting ground. That's another thing, because like scary Pokemon with like Earthquake, resisting ground is another big thing. I think I personally like Mono Grass more than Poison Grass, but I think they're in the same tier. They do the same thing. Sceptile. I think Sceptile goes in the A tier. Leaf Blade's really good. It's really fast. Blossom can Quiver Dance too. When does Blossom get Quiver Dance? This is why you guys are here. This is why I brought you guys along. Does it get Quiver Dance by level up? Because the thing about Nuzlocke is you can't breed or anything. I can do that. I like that idea. Yeah, I'll rank the best chlorophyll Pokemon, the best support, and the best just blanket. I like that. I like that idea. I'll do that. Where is Blossom? Does Blossom get Quiver Dance by level up? Because if so, then like, okay, yes. By level up. It does! Woohoo! There we go. All right. Easy S tier. Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance, baby. All right, Shiftry. So Shiftry is another chlorophyll Pokemon. it's kind of like Victory Bell, in that it's just pure chlorophyll offense, and it's really good at that. I think the dark typing is really nice. Dark is a really good endgame type. Dark's just a really good type. It gives you endgame prowess because you're a grass type that beats psychic types, unlike other chlorophyll sweepers. So I'm gonna put you like above Victory Bell. I think just the grass typing is enough. You have Fake Out too, which is cool. Yeah, being like you could be a super fast dark type with stab, solar beam. You have solar blade later if you want to be like a physical dark type. Fake Out's pretty cool. I think Nuzleaf is okay for a while. You just gotta get Leaf Stone, which doesn't take forever. Nuzleaf's bad level up. It has like bad level up move set, but I think it gets everything it needs. And Fake Out, Feint Attack is good stab. Honestly, it's fine stab. It'll work. It gets the job done. Yeah, I think this is here. I could almost use a 4th tier. Honestly, I could almost use like an F tier. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I created F tier, because I think Venusaur and Sceptile needs to be up here. Sceptile is top of A tier, I think. I didn't talk about it very much, but Sceptile's got great coverage. It can utilize Swords Dance and just be really immediate. The immediacy of it's faster. Its speed means it's actually going to be faster than most chlorophyll Pokemon, and Leaf Blade's just really good because of high crit rate and everything. It can still utilize. I mean, it can still very easily be on a Sun team and use Solar Beam and just blow things up. But one of the best strategies for Sceptile actually is setting an Overgrow range. It's fast enough that it doesn't have to take hits. As you can set an Overgrow range and just spam Leaf Blade with like Miracle Seed. That's one of the best strategies against Wallace, because you're in Overgrow range and you have really good. It has an awful attack, but it can still Swords Dance. Like, and it has enough coverage to still utilize it. It's still a better special attacker for sure, but it has that. I think it's really just the speed and the coverage it can get. It can get like, it has like Dragon Claw, which is really cool coverage in like Gen 3 when it's still special, and then I think it gets Dragon Pulse later. So it has some cool coverage that other grass types won't get. I'm not going to talk about Megas. Every Mega is like up in La Planta tier because Megas are broken. We're not talking about Megas. Let's get that out of the way. I mean, 85 attack is fine, honestly. 85 isn't bad. 85 for like a Nuzlocke playthrough is not that bad. Competitively, it's awful, but like it's not horrible. Swords Dance won't make it work. And Leaf Blade's such a good stab, it can make it work. I like Screech. I think Screech is good. It's dual chop, I guess. Well, that's because it's Mega. Does it get like Dragon Pulse? Yeah, it does. It can get Dragon Pulse and stuff. So yeah, I think it's got some really cool coverage. Ludicolo. Water Grass is a perfect example. A perfect example of 2 birds, 1 stone. Having a water type and having a grass type on your team at the same time. A grass type with Ice Beam. Like Rain Dance, Surf, Ice Beam, Giga Drain. That's what you run. That is what you run every single time. Unless you already have some other Pokemon with Rain Dance or Drizzle or something, then you can run like Fake Out. Or another, like Hydro Pump or something. But this team fills Rain teams. It is the best Rain team Pokemon. It can still be on a Sun team too, because it's a grass type with like Solar Beam. The one downside, and the one reason I'm not going to put Ludicolo in La Planta, is because Lombre is so bad. This thing sucks until you evolve it. That's like the one caveat. It's like Lombre sucks. It learns no moves. I mean, it doesn't. It's fine that it learns no moves because Energy Ball or Giga Drain is going to be a TM. Surf is always an HM. Ice Beam's a TM. So you kind of just teach it moves. So it's fine. Like you're always gonna get these moves. But Lombre is just so bad. But once you evolve into Ludicolo, Ludicolo is so useful. Put it right up here with Exeggutor. Breloom. I think Breloom, 130 attack, Mach Punch, Technician. Breloom only gets better the further generations you go. Once it gets Technician, actually wait, is Technician a hidden ability? I don't think so. Right? Isn't it like a normal ability? Let me catch myself before I. It is hidden ability. Okay, but Poison Heal's not, and Poison Heal's really good. You can easily with Poison Heal you can easily bulk up, substitute, poison it. You go poison it, give it poison. You can give it a poison orb or leftovers or something and double heal. It's crazy. Like there's some crazy setups you can do with poison heal. FX or it's fine, but 130 attack, Bullet Seed even without Technicians hitting hard. Seed Bomb great. Mach Punch, Fighting Stab. It's so immediately powerful. This is a blanket. Yeah, this is a blanket powerful Pokemon. Grass fighting, 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing. You're scared of flying types, but like every grass type's scared of flying types. So, you switch out. You can switch out. Bring an electric type. Flying is a really easy type to counter because of like steel, electric, rock, all these great types you're going to want to have on your team most of the time. So I'm going to put this thing in the S tier for sure. Really, really good. Also has Leech Seed, so it's like, oh, this thing, like, amazing Breloom setup you can do. Best case scenario, you have Poison Heal, you give it Leftovers. You teach it Substitute, Leech Seed. And then you can bulk up if you want to. You can Focus Punch. You can like bulk up like Mach Punch if you want. Because that'll work. You can just like not set up and just go with 130 attack and just go like Mach Punch, Seed Bomb or something like that. This thing can just has crazy setups. Just ridiculous setups. You can triple heal. You can have triple healing stack with Poison Heal, Leftovers, Leech Seed. It's ridiculous. And it also gets Spore. Did I mention it gets Spore? Breloom right now is the closest to LeBlanta tier. This thing is so good. It's so good. Its speed is decent too. Like its speed is fine. You can EV it. Its speed is in a good spot that it's gonna be faster than slow Pokemon and slower than fast Pokemon. That's how I feel about. Yeah, and it evolves super early. There's a lot to say about Breloom. It's a little frail, but like it's got the setup to ignore its frailty because of all the healing, triple healing and substitute. Like yeah, so much. So, Roselia, this is talking about Roselia in Gen 3. Not Roselia with Eviolite, just Roselia with Gen 3. And in Gen 3, I don't think Roselia is that good. I think it's just overshadowed by other grass types. That's the real thing. It doesn't have Sleep Powder. It doesn't have Leech Seed. Does it have Leech Seed? It doesn't have Sleep Powder, which, like... What other Gen 3 grass types are there? Vileplume has Chlorophyll and same typing and Leech Seed, and Sleep Powder. Blossom has Sleep Powder. Shiftry has better typing. Sceptile is just more immediate. Breloom, I just like Roselia just loses everything. I think Roselia is just super underwhelming. It's still like it's still like a usable grass type, but like I think it's just underwhelming, sadly. Cacturne is just so much worse Shiftry. Because this thing is too slow and too frail. Like, Shiftry and Cacturne have similar stats, but Shiftry has Chlorophyll, so it can be fast. Cacturne does not. It does have, like, spikes, which can be cool. Friendship Evolution, whatever. Yeah, it has spikes, but it's just so underwhelming. I don't think its typing saves it. I think its stats are just so bad. It's a really bad stat layout to be... Cacturne can Swords Dance, Sucker Punch. I guess that's something. I'll put a B tier. I'll put a B tier for that. That's pretty cool, but like... Outside of that, its stat layout's just like that. The stat layout is like high attacking stats, low everything else. And you're not fast, so you're not even a sweeper. You're just like an attacker. I think it's just bad stat layout. Overall. Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch. Destiny Bond, I think, is a niche move. Swords Dance Sucker Punch is legit, though. I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it, like, above Jump Love, probably. I think it gets that. And, like, Spikes can be useful. It's got use. It's just not as... Yeah, I think, like, Swords Dance Shiftry is better. Because Shiftry can Swords Dance Sucker Punch, too. And also be fast. Cradily. Man, I don't like Cradily. I don't like it at all. I don't think this thing's very good. Ingrain is risky. Ingrain is just so much worse than Leech Seed. Just so much worse than Leech Seed. It has horrible moves. It doesn't really get good rock stab. It doesn't really have... I don't think rock grass is good, honestly. You're not resisting water anymore. I don't think fire... Rock doesn't resist fire, so you're still like weak to fire. I think you just like losing the ability to deal with water types. You're not weak to flying, but like you're not really threatening flying types either. I just don't like Cradily. I don't think it does anything that important. I mean, like Confuse Ray is kind of cool. It does get Stockpile eventually. Stockpile, Ingrain. Stockpile just Giga Drain, honestly, is pretty okay. I'll put it B tier. I'll throw it in the B tier. B tier is like, I don't think they're impressive, but they have things they can do and offer. C tier is like, they don't have things they can offer. Alright, y'all ready for something you're going to be mad at? Tropius is a pretty decently good Chlorophyll Sweeper with super interesting typing. Flying Grass is super interesting typing. For an offensive Pokemon. Not for a defensive Pokemon. For an offensive Pokemon. Chlorophyll, Chlorophyll, this thing's bulky. And because of Chlorophyll, it can now be fast. Solar Beam's great. Acrobatics or Aerial Ace is good attacking. Flying Stab. Flying Stab is just interesting. You just hit a lot. Like, you can be... You take care of water types, you take care of rock ground types. Your flying type that beats rock ground types, like an offensive flying type. I think this thing's just really good. Like, I think this thing just is such interesting, unique typing. I would put it at the bottom. I'd probably put it right above Tangela. Okay, I will pull Tangela down here as like the best of B tier so far. But I think it's along the lines of these guys. Let me put Shift Tree here. Let's do that. I like this. But yeah, I think Tropius, it can get like Swords Dance too, so it can be like in Sun, Swords Dance, really good, like with like Leaf Blade, Acrobatics, Earthquake is really good. I think this thing can kind of pop off. It can kind of pop off. Its attacking stats aren't great, but it's bulky and it's just got such interesting coverage. I think it can kind of pop off. Torterra, I actually want to put this thing. Tropius can learn Dragon Hammer. That too, yeah. It's got some... Can it get... No. It does not get Dragon Dance. It does not get Dragon Dance. Hold on. Isn't it Egg move? Isn't Dragon Dance Egg move? No way it learns Dragon Dance by level up. What? It gets Dragon Dance by level up? What? In Gen 8. Okay, so I have to balance it out. I'm going to leave it where it is. In Gen 8, it gets Dragon Dance by level up. In Generation 8, it gets Dragon Dance by level up. But like Gen 8 is so power crept. I'm going to leave it there. I mean, Swords Dance is like, yeah. Really, honestly, Swords Dance is probably better in Sun because you're already doubling your speed, so just double your attack. So you basically just get 2 Dragon Dances in one go. But yeah, this thing can kind of pop off. All right, Torterra, Grass Ground is pretty cool. It's weird typing. Like it's kind of like Cradily, your grass type that doesn't beat water types anymore. But I think this thing can just really pop off because Rock Polish. You can turn this thing to a sweeper. You have Curse. You have Leech Seed. You have, I think, Grass Ground is interesting typing. You're a grass type that can just blow through steel types. I think that's the cool part. I think that's like a really cool niche. Is you can blow your ground type. You can still blow through water types. You're so bulky that it's okay. You can take some hits. What would you pick Tropius over though? I would pick Tropius maybe over like Victory Bell and Blossom. I'd probably put maybe not over Shift Tree. It really depends on the game and like matchups I'm going up against. If I had all these Pokemon in my party. It really depends, I guess. I think it really depends. Like, am I going up against, like, a Fairy Gym, Victory Bell? Am I going up against Psychics or Ghost-type Gym? Am I going up against a Fighting Gym, a Grass Gym? It really depends. I think they're all situational. They can all kind of pop off in their own way. But Torterra, Curse is really good. Stab Earthquake, which you get really early, too. Stealth Rocks is honestly good, even for, like, a playthrough. I think this thing just learns a lot of stuff and could just... Yeah, I think it's got really good stab. It doesn't have the best grass type stab. Wood Hammer's fine. It's not. I mean, the recoil kind of sucks, but it's fine. Wood Hammer's fine. Razor Leaf will serve you well for a while, honestly. Yeah, Wood Hammer's fine. I think this thing's solid. Maybe not S tier. It's bouncing between here for me. I just think it's so fun to use, honestly. I'll probably put it A tier. I'll probably leave it A tier. Yeah, I think being a grass type that doesn't beat waters is kind of annoying, because then you have to get a different grass type to fill that role. So that's a little annoying. I'll put it top of A tier for that. Roserade's a blanket offense grass type. It doesn't have Sleep Powder, which sucks. It doesn't have Leech Seed. If it had Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, it would just be like Venusaur better. But it is a better offensive Pokemon than Venusaur. It's pretty fast. Does it have... I can't remember. Technician's hidden ability, I remember that. Gotta remind myself its abilities. Does it have anything crazy ability-wise? I think it's just like a very average natural cure, poison point. I don't think it's really anything crazy. I honestly think it's... I'm going to put a B tier. I honestly think a chlorophyll attacker... I think a chlorophyll Pokemon's going to be better. Because it's not like as... Like, Sceptile's just got like all the interesting coverage and stuff. Roserade doesn't. It's just like Sludge Bomb, maybe Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball. You don't really have the supportive option that like these guys have, or like I feel like these guys can kind of pop off harder than Roserade. Roserade is just like it's very reliable. It's a nice grass type. I don't think it's bad for any reason, but I don't really think of it too special. Toxic Spikes is okay. Toxic Spikes is okay. I put it at the top, probably the best B tier. Like it and Tangle are like the top of B tier. Maybe the worst A tier. I'm just gonna put it here for now. I think that feels okay for me. Wormadam. You did get Quiver Dance. This thing gets Quiver. So Gen 4 Wormadam, this Wormadam is like C tier, but once it get like Gen 7 and 8, when it gets in BDSP, where it gets Quiver Dance when it evolves, puts it like up here. So I'm gonna balance it into the B tier for that. Some generations without Quiver Dance, it's not really that good. With Quiver Dance, it's really good. So I'm gonna balance it into the B tier. Put it like right here. How does that feel? Is everyone okay with that? Gen 4, 5, Gen 7, 8. When it gets Quiver Dance, boom. When it doesn't get Quiver Dance, boom. That's Wormadam for you. Doesn't really have a good level up moveset outside of that. Cherrim is just like a worse. It's like the worst kind of chlorophyll Pokemon, because instead of chlorophyll, it has whatever its ability is that raises attack and special defense, which is like kind of cool in doubles. But when do you ever have doubles fights that are really that scary? Like that you really have to plant. Like it's so niche. This thing it's a very painfully average grass type. I guess it's like here. It learns Sunny Day by level up, which is cool. You do get like Solar Blade, I guess, but like your attack just sucks even when you have the attack boost. It's just like a worse. I'll put it at the bottom of B tier, like here. It can still do something. It can still like kind of perform as a decent grass type. I'll put it above Jumpluff. Honestly, I want to put Jumpluff down here. I really do. But fast Sleep Powders is cool. Okay, Leafeon. Gen 4 Leafeon has horrible moveset. But like Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, great stats. Really, really bulky, fast, high attack. Doesn't have Leaf Guard is kind of a bad ability. Honestly, it's kind of niche. It's like, eh. This thing is another like blanket offense Pokemon. But like Swords Dance, I could think it can be as good as Sceptile. Not as good as Sceptile. I'll put it top of A. Top of A. It's kind of like Roserade. No, I think it could pop off more than Roserade can. Yeah, Leaf Blade, Swords Dance, Leaf Blade pops up, but like Gen 4, it has a really bad moveset. Comes down here. It can also get like Last Resort, which can kind of be cool. It can do like Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, Last Resort. That's kind of a cool moveset. I think Sylveon can kind of pop off. Carnivine is a painfully average grass type. Levitate is a stupid ability for a grass type. Jump of Acrobatics. Yeah, I think I'll give it. But yeah, Levitate on a grass type is stupid because you already resist ground, so like why do you care to be immune to it? Like any other ability would be better. It doesn't do anything special. It's not bad. It's not a horrible grass type. Like it is a grass type. It can fill that role. It's like decently. It has decent offensive. It can learn some cool moves. Like doesn't it get like It's got equal attack and special attack, so it can be like a special attacking grass type with like Giga Drain. It's just so painfully average and doesn't have anything to get it. It doesn't have anything special. Really, that's just the thing. It doesn't have anything special. Doesn't have outstanding like 100 attack, 90 special attack. It doesn't have anything stand out. So I think it goes in the C tier. Let's get Stockpile, I guess. And I did put Cradily in Stockpile up there just for Stockpile, because Stockpile can be good. It does get Sleep Powder and Legends Arceus. It's like Cradily. The highest it could go is Cradily tier. Sure, I'll do that. I'll leave it there. I'll put it like that. We'll do that. Sure. It's got more to offer than these guys. Just Stockpile alone. Stockpile Giga Drain is like pretty good. Used to be a crazy wall. Abomasnow. 2 birds, 1 stone. Getting an ice type and getting a grass type at the same time is really cool. I'm gonna put it 8. I'm only gonna put it 8 here though. Snow warning can be really hit or miss. I feel like setting a hail team sucks. I feel like building a hail team kind of sucks. You really don't want to do it, and so having hail on your team kind of sucks. But hail for itself, for perfect accuracy blizzards, is really cool. But honestly, ice beam's probably good enough for like an ice attack. I think it's good. It's slow. It is slow. Ice shard helps. Yeah, it's got a couple things keeping it out of S tier to be, but it's really good. It's a really good offensive Pokemon. Perfect accuracy, stab blizzard's great. Ice and grass is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, you're an ice type that blows through water types, and then you can snipe out dragon types, but you're also scared of dragon types because most of them are like flying type, and they're just gonna kind of kill you. But you're decently bulky. He's got a lot going for him, but he's got some things that hold him back. So I'm gonna put him like right here in A tier, probably behind. Right here with him. Torterra. I think Torterra's probably a little bit better. Defenses are so bad. It's not like it's not a glass cannon, but it's not bulky. It's got really awkward stats. It has some high highs and low lows. 75, 85, 90. That's okay. Wood hammer. It's pretty good. Stab blizzard. Pretty good. Hail just kind of sucks. It's got a lot. It's got high highs, low lows. 7 weaknesses does suck. Yeah, high highs, low lows. It could kind of pop off for you, but it's risky. I think A tier. I think solid A tier for that reason. Tangrowth. This thing is good. This thing is really good. Has a chlorophyll. It's got a ton of bulk. So this thing can be. I think this thing is what Victory is like Vileplume, but way better. So Vileplume is able to be both supportive and defensive. Like supportive and offensive with like Sleep Powder, and then it can also just go like Sunny Day Solar Beam and kind of flip around. Kind of fill both roles. Tangrowth is really bulky and really strong. It has really good attack too. So it can run like a mixed set if you want to, because like normal Nuzlocke playthrough, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to like spec into special attack or attack. It does have really bad special defense, and the speed gets patched up by chlorophyll. Yeah, chlorophyll. I think chlorophyll just really pushes this thing above. If it had a regenerator, it'd be like S tier. I'm not gonna rank Motom. I'm not gonna rank Rotom forms. I would only rank Rotom, because Rotom forms are kind of inconsistent to get. This thing has. You do have Sleep Powder. Sadly, you don't have Leech Seed. I think Leech Seed would put it into S tier. But I still might. I could almost put it into S tier. This thing is just really. It's a really good physical tank. It hits really hard. It's great in the sun. Gets some really cool moves like Sleep Powder. Power Whip is great stab for it. Honestly, you don't even need stun. You don't even need Solar Beam. You just like put the sun, and then Knockoff is great. You get Ancient Power, which is kind of interesting. Tickle can be okay. You do have Ingrain. I don't think Ingrain's good. Yeah, I think this thing could just be. It can hit really hard while still being really tanky. So I put it like right next to Venusaur. I put it above Venusaur for Chlorophyll. I actually probably put it maybe the top of this. Probably put it like right here. It could maybe be the top of A tier. It's circling around here with these guys of like top. I think it's better than Abomasnow probably. I'll put it at the top of A tier. Actually. Yeah, I think this thing's really good. Superior. Without Contrary, this thing sucks. This thing sucks. Oh my gosh, it's fast, but like weak and has okay defensive stats, but like nothing to do defensively. Doesn't have Leech Seed. Or does it get Leech Seed? If it gets Leech Seed, it got something. If it's got Leech Seed, it does get Leech Seed. Okay, cool. Then what? Like, this thing just does nothing. At least Meganium has screens. At least Sunflora is like a chlorophyll sweeper. At least like Roselia is like a decent offensive grass type. growth. I feel like it's just so outshined by every other grass type. It can work. It can do something. Like growth. It can settle with growth. Like it can do something. It's not. It can get Calm Mind, I guess, too. I still think it's just so underwhelming. You know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pull some of these guys down. I'm gonna pull some Pokemon down. I need to power creep this a little bit. This feels better, yeah. I'm feeling better about this. This feels a little bit better to me. I need to power creep a little bit. I could almost make a D tier. If I made a D tier, it'd be like these two. I need to power creep a little bit, yeah. I feel like it's just so overshadowed by every other grass type. Like if I was given the chance to use any other grass type besides it, I would not use it. I just wouldn't. Cacturne might fall down too. These two are teetering on the edge of onto C tier. Pansage, I think it's just another very mediocre grass type. Offensive grass type, it's eh. It really just sucks that grass type. Like, my perception on a lot of Gen 5 grass types is really low because their main game is really, really bad in. It can get Fake Out, which is okay. He's got decent stats. It's a decent, like, offensive grass type. You do get Seed Bomb really early. I'll put it, like, I honestly think it's better than, like, Superior. That's probably, like, the top of C tier. It can do some things. Work Up. Can it get, like, Nasty Plot? Doesn't, like, Pansage get, like, Nasty Plot or something? If it gets that level up, it can go into B tier. If Nasty Plot is by level up, it can go to B tier. I am not seeing it. I am not seeing Nasty Plot by level up, so I'm going to put it at the top of C. It's like, it can be an okay, like, offensive grass type, but... Which is a decent niche. It's a decent role, but... Leaviani. Is that this thing's name? Leaviani. Right? Leaviani? Right? I'm not tripping out, right? Leaviani. Right? Right? I'm like freaking out. Yes, it is Leaviani, okay. This thing could be a pretty good sweeper. Bug, grass is pretty cool. It holds out endgame because you can be a pretty strong, like, Swords Dance bug type to blow through dark types, blow through psychic types, blow through water types. It does have chlorophyll too, so this thing's just really, really solid. I think it's probably one of the I don't want to put it S tier, not quite S tier, but I do think it's probably the best chlorophyll, solely offensive chlorophyll Pokemon we've seen so far, in my opinion. I think it's got good stats, 103 attack, 92 speed, so even outside of chlorophyll, it's fast. Chlorophyll just boosts it. Swarm is also usable too. It's like good offensive bug type, good offensive grass type at the same time. You get Swords Dance by level up, X-Scissor, Leaf Blade. Yeah, I think this thing's got a lot going for it. Slash, you get like even like Razor Leaf, Fell Sting, or Bug Bite for like early attacking moves. It's great. And then you get some cool coverage, like you get Shadow Claw, Poison Jab, Aerial Ace, Steel Wing? I just get Steel Wing. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think this thing can really pop off and be really threatening. I could almost not quite put it S tier. Maybe Exeggutor comes down. Maybe Blossom. No, Blossom's here for Quiver Dance. Exeggutor is here for. I'm gonna put it above. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put Leaviani up here. I really think it can just super pop off. Whimsicott. Prankster. This thing is potentially the best supportive grass type. It is already so fast, but like Prankster, your support moves just always go first. And it turns into a fairy type. I think the fact that it turns into a fairy type just makes it even better. It's like decently offensive. I mean, Moonblast. It's not like 77. It's not great, but like Moonblast, fairy is just so good. Prankster Tailwind, great. Prankster Leech Seed, Prankster Charm. It's got so many things it can do, and then it can still hit hard with like Stab Moonblast. I think it goes in the S tier. I think it's currently the pick for La Planta support. The best support Pokemon. The best support, just pure support grass type. Having Sleep Powder would make it utterly broken. Yeah, it's super, super good. Turning into a fairy type really helps. Lilligant is the poster child for a Quiver Sleeper, I think. It is a Chlorophyll Pokemon. It would be Chlorophyll Sleep Powder. It has Quiver Dance. It can have own tempo, so you can Quiver Dance, Petal Dance. This thing can really just go crazy, pop off. This thing is ridiculous. I don't think it's good in black and white because I don't think the grass type is good in black and white. That's why I put it like B tier. A lot of you are like, wait, why do you have a B tier? Because I don't think the grass type itself is good, regardless of all that Lilligant can do. But in not in any other game where grass typing is good, or at least like decent, like this thing can go crazy. This thing just goes like why are you the best Chlorophyll Pokemon, and also just like you don't even need Chlorophyll because you have Quiver Dance, and you have Sleep Powder, and you have Leech Seed. Like what? Like yes, La Planta for the best Chlorophyll. Why are you so good? Why? Why do you have everything? Why do you have everything? He has everything. This Pokemon has everything. Just like... You know who has nothing, though? Maractus. Maractus has nothing. Storm Drain. What does Maractus do? Like, Storm Drain? Does Storm Drain really... congratulations, you're a grass type that beats water types. I wonder what other grass type here beats water types. Not you. Not you. I wonder what other grass type here just beats water types. I'm struggling to find a grass type that beats water types here. Huh. Yeah, Maractus does nothing. Storm Drain is almost a laugh in the face to Maractus. Like, you literally don't get anything. Water Absorb. Oh, Storm Drain's hidden ability, so you have Water Absorb. That's Chlorophyll. It's like Sunflora. This thing's just Sunflora. I feel so bad. It does have at least like 106. It's like better than Sunflora. There we go. It does have Chlorophyll. It's better than some, like, not every Chlorophyll Pokemon is great. Maybe Tangela was too high. I'll pull Tangela down a little bit. There we go. Good offensive Chlorophyll Pokemon. Not good offensive Chlorophyll Pokemon. Does have access to Spiky Shield. Does Spiky Shield put it in there? You do have Leech Seed. If this thing had Sleep Powder, I'd be willing to put it B tier. Bam. How about that? How about that? How about that? Does that feel good for everybody? Is that looking good? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. It's not the worst grass type. It's got a little bit more going for it than I first said. All right, Sawsbuck. Normal stab. Grass stab. It's okay. Horn Leech is really good. I think this thing would have to be saved by an ability, and I think it does take a Chlorophyll. So I think it's an alright Chlorophyll sweeper. Normal stab is okay. It's like painfully okay. I think this thing is probably like a middle ground Chlorophyll Pokemon. Sap Sipper is okay. If it had Serene Grace, I'd like that more. Because you could do like Serene Grace Stomp or something. You do get High Jump Kick, which is really cool. Stab too. You do have some pretty cool coverage. And you get Mega Horn. Okay, yeah, this thing's going up here with the Chlorophyll Pokemon that can kind of pop off. Put it like right here. It can kind of pop off. Actually, let me replace it with the best looking Sawsbuck form. In my opinion, the best looking Sawsbuck form is this one. Let's replace it with that. There we go. I think the second best looking Sawsbuck form is the I think this is the order of it. Maybe that. Yeah, that's a very solid Chlorophyll. Normal stab is cool. Jump Kick is cool. Megahorn's a really good selling point. I think it's very solid. Maybe above Tropius. I think it's more meaty than Tropius, but doesn't have as good typing as Shift Tree. So I'll put it there. Amoonguss sucks. Let the comments come. But what about Spore? Oh, you mean the Spore that learns at like level 60? Which is like past the level cap of most games? What about it? What else does it do? Outside of competitive. Okay, we're talking VGC. Boom. Like, holy dear lord. But this is not VGC. It gets spored way too late. It does have Isn't Regenerator a hidden ability too? Like, doesn't it get gypped on that? Doesn't it just like get screwed over in that point? Yep, you have effect Spore. Like everything that makes Amoonguss so good and competitive, it doesn't get. Yeah, Spore level 54. That's so late. That's so late. Like, well, Breloom gets Spore like 62 in Gen 6. Like, what? Why does it get? It's so late. And then outside of Spore, it does nothing. I think this is the worst grass type so far. I think this is the worst grass type so far. Ferrothorn, we're going in S tier. Leech Seed, not having Leech Seed by level up is the only reason it's not going to be La Planta tier. But this thing is crazy. Steel type, grass and steel. You're a steel type that can't be broken through by ground types. You are a grass type not weak to ice, which is really crazy. Which no other grass type here so far has, except for Abomasnow. So you're really good at killing grass types. You're really good at killing water types. Steel type is just so good. Ingrain is a little risky, but it can work on you because you're so good. Because you're just so bulky. As long as you don't as long as you're fighting a trainer that doesn't have a fire type. Maybe some point for Clear Smoke. Oh, Clear Smog. I don't think Clear Smog is that good in a normal playthrough. It's pretty niche. Iron Barbs. Back to Ferrothorn. Iron Barbs is a pretty good ability. You can just switch it into any physical attack, which you can or any contact attack, which you can kind of see if you're not playing blind, and even just like certain Pokemon, like any normal type Pokemon or something. Lilligith. Yeah, Iron Barbs is solid. You do get, like, Curse. You can set it with Curse. You get Gyro Ball. Iron Defense Body Press in Gen 8. This thing can do a lot of things. This thing's a super crazy wall. Who's next? Chestnut. What does Chestnut do? Can anyone tell me what Chestnut does? Because I've used this thing before. It was just so... First off, it's ugly. Grass fighting can be good typing if you're like a good Pokemon and have cool things going for you. This thing just feels like such a painfully average fighting type, such a painfully average grass type. Spiky Shield's okay. I guess his Pain Split like super late. You do get Belly Drum. I think Belly Drum will push it up to B tier. Belly Drum Pain Split. It's a really late game moveset, but it is something pretty interesting it can do. And I guess you do have like bulk up. It can kind of pop off, I guess. I'll put it like here. Hammer on level 74. That's awful. You do get Seed Bomb decently early. Seed Bomb will be fine. Brick Break will be fine. Your best stab comes really late, but you have like okay stab for a while. You can set up. I think B tier. I think B tier is fine. I guess it is like two birds, one stone. You have a grass type and a fighting type at the same time. I'll put it like here. I guess that's okay. I'll put it there. Sure. How about that? Go. Dude, this thing sucks. This thing has nothing. This thing has nothing going for it. Literally nothing going for it. It doesn't get any good moves. It's slow. It's like not bulky. It's like not offensively threatening at all. It's like not a good ability. Poor Go-Go. I really like this thing's design. It's just like it doesn't have anything going for it. Really anything. Alright, you guys want to talk about some Grass Ghost types? Grass Ghost is really cool typing. You gain a weakness to Gross and Dark, but you have you actually like really cool resistance. You have a lot of really cool resistances to a lot of common types: water, ground, normal, fighting, electric. There's a lot of things you can do. Being a ghost type is just like really cool. Like being a ghost type is just a nice, really cool dual typing. Trevenant is bulky, has great typing, has like Leech Seed, can turn your opponent into a grass type, which can be cool because grass does have a lot of weaknesses that your team is going to have answers to. So if there's some scary Pokemon, you can turn into a grass type, switch into your fire type or your flying type, and then kill it. Also, just get rid of its stab, or I guess it adds to it. Yeah, Grass Ghost is really good typing. I think it goes up to here. And then Gourgeist, I think, is a little bit better. Its stats do change around what size it is. I think the small is the best because you have more speed. I think Gourgeist is a little bit better because Trick or Treat, giving the other Pokemon Ghost type now means you are super effective against it if you weren't before. With your like Shadow Sneak, your Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, Grass Ghost is just really good. It's really good typing. These two have good defensive stats for really good defensive typing, and they can still be pretty good offensively too for honestly pretty good offensive typing too. Like Ghost doesn't have a lot of resistances, and Grass hits a lot of things super effectively. Decidueye is not quite as good as these guys. Decidueye suffers from really bad stats, I think. From really bad stat layout. It's I have good attack, but I'm not really bulky, and I'm not fast. I mean, sure, but like, switch it out to super effective moves kind of thing. I don't think the argument to... One thing I think about with Nuzlocking, I don't really think getting hit by a super effective move, unless it's like super common coverage, which Dark can be, but you're probably not going to die to a Dark, like a non-stab Dark move. You're probably okay. And you're bulky, and you've got recovery. And like, if you're getting hit by a super effective attack, something's gone wrong. I don't think that's the Pokemon's fault. I think it's something went wrong with your gameplay. That's just how I personally feel about like super effective attacks, unless it's like super common coverage, which Dark is. But I think you're going to be able to take a Dark. And there's so many other good positives going for it. Like, it's not S tier, because it does have a lot of weaknesses, but I think A tier is very fine for that. I think Decidueye is going to probably faint from a non-stab crunch, though. That's the thing. Like, Decidueye is too frail for that. Decidueye is too frail for that. It's also a starter, so it evolves somewhat late. That is, I guess, something I didn't really talk about for starters. Starters evolve somewhat late compared to like some other Pokemon that evolve just like earlier. Like Breloom evolves really early, which is great. 34, 36 is a little late. It's not like super late, but it's a little bit later, which can suck. I mean, 100 special defense is okay. Decidueye just suffers from the speed it would really like. It doesn't really have anything special. 100 special defense is okay. It's not super frail. It's not as bulky as these guys. It is like okay offensively. Spirit Shackle is pretty interesting. Like, it's just good. I mean, Friends Switch Out is like whatever, but it is just good physical stab. You do have like Nasty Plot. It's like a punch. I guess it could kind of pop off. Maybe top. I think top of B tier is fine. Oh yeah, I think top of B tier is fine. It could kind of pop off. You know, with Nasty Plot, you'd have like Brave Bird, Feather Dance to kind of save yourself. You have good stab in Spirit Shackle. You do have like good stab in Shadow Sneak, Leaf Blade, Sucker. It's got some things. It's got some good stuff. Has better coverage than Trevenant, but I think Trevenant has the defensive. Like, Trevenant can be offensive and defensive. That's the thing. That's like it can kind of switch its role, while Decidueye can't as easily. Maybe I pull them down a little bit closer. I mean, I could put Decidueye maybe in A tier. Yeah, I think I could put Decidueye in A tier. I'll put it like... Not as good as Sceptile. I'll put it like there. That feels pretty good to me. Not super far away from these guys. It's just like these guys could be tanks. Could be like defensive ghost types. Well, Decidueye can't outside of like Feather Dance, which is kind of underwhelming. Like Trevenant and stuff, they have like Will-O-Wisp and some like healing grass type moves. Like Leech Seed, they got Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray, Leech Seed. It's got some cool stuff. Horn Leech. That stuff is really separating it. Trevenant has 76 defense. Oh yeah, you're right. That's a little bit more frail. Yeah, I'll pull Trevenant down here. Put it there. It still has the defensive moveset. But yeah, I'll pull it down to Decidueye. We'll go there. Trevenant can still be more defensive because of Horn Leech recovery. I guess Decidueye can get Roost. Decidueye can get Roost. Horn Leech, but I think Will-O-Wisp. It's like Will-O-Wisp is in Leech Seed. Will-O-Wisp and Leech Seed is the whole reason I'm gonna put Trevenant right above the Decidueye. Because it can be like the support there and still be offensive Grass Ghost type. So yeah, that's a fair point. But Gourgeist is bulkier with the defense, so we'll do that. This is also not a huge gap between these guys. And it's also like, what do you like? This could switch. Like, do you need offense than Decidueye? Do you need more defense than Trevenant? So these two are like neck and neck. We'll do that. But I do think Gourgeist is probably better than these two. Trick or Treat is really cool. You turn the opposing Pokemon into a type that you're weak, that they're super effective against. All right, Dragon Grass I think is not super good typing. I think this Exeggutor is... I mean, Dragon Hammer is like good stab. And you still have like Sleep Powder. I think this thing is kind of painfully average, to be honest. I think only Exeggutor. You have like... You don't have Harvest. You don't have Chlorophyll. You lose Harvest, you lose Chlorophyll. You lose the Psychic Stab for Dragon Stab, which is okay. I don't think this thing's like... I think I'm leaning towards like a B tier. I'm leaning towards just... I think it's like got some decent things going for it. 125 special attack is nice, but it's not too bulky. It's not super bulky. It's slow and it doesn't have Chlorophyll to patch that up. I guess it's 85, 75. This thing's hurting my brain. I think I'm just going to throw it in the B tier, like right here. That feels good to me. The Dragon typing can be nice. It could also be, like, not nice. You lose Sleep Powder? Actually, this thing doesn't have Sleep Powder? That hurts. Why do you have Hypnosis but not Sleep Powder? Ooh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Yeah. But this thing can still hit hard. You have a Dragon type. Like, a Dragon type can be useful. I think very solid B tier. Yeah, I think like right here. That feels good to me. Lurantis. This thing can kind of pop off offensively. Leaf Guard, whatever. I wish it had Contrary as not. Yeah, low B for Exeggutor. I wish Lurantis had Contrary. Sunny Day Solar Blade is nice. This thing is like a decent physical attacker. Swords, you can like teach a Swords Dance. It's got some good bulk to it. I feel like it's lacking an ability or something. It's lacking an ability to give it something super good. So I'm gonna put it like right here. Good stats overall. You do have, yeah. It's missing things that other grass types do have, but it's still like bulky, strong, great coverage, Swords Dance. It's going to deal damage. Yeah, I think right here is fine. It's like a decent thing for it. Honestly, West Wormadam needs to go up a little higher because of Quiver Dance. I'll put it right there. When it does have Quiver Dance, I'm going to put it a little higher. It can really pop off when it has Quiver Dance, so I'm going to put it right there. Let's see, Shiinotic. Grass Fairy, its movesets... Shiinotic is like Vileplume stat-wise. Better typing, but you don't have chlorophyll. Yeah, 45 speed sucks. Lurantis has such a cool design. It's such a cool design. I think Shiinotic... Grass Fairy is cool. Moonblast, I feel like it's offensively pretty okay. Illuminate, Effect Spore is bleh. It's stat lenient to be like decently offensive. You do have Sleep Powder, Confused Ray. You've got some pretty cool... This thing... Oh, you do get Spore too. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. Spore. Spore, decently offensive with fairy typing and grass typing. I think this thing can serve you pretty well. Confused Ray, Sleep Powder, Strength Sap, Moonlight, Spore. There's a lot. I'm looking at a lot of good moves. Dream Eater, I'm looking at a lot of good moves. I'm looking at a lot of things this thing can do for you. And it's a fairy type, which is really good. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to put it actually above Venusaur. Actually. I'm going to put it above Venusaur. That feels good right there. Is it above these guys? Nah. Right there. That feels good. Serena. Queenly Majesty is a pretty niche ability, but it's better than it's niche, but it can still be useful. Serena is just, it's not super slow. Otherwise, you have Leaf Guard, whatever. It's not super slow. 72 speed's pretty good. It's got good bulk. It's gonna hit really hard. 120 attack. But Trop Kick, I think the real selling point to Serena and why I'm gonna put it up here in the A tier, if not S tier, is Trop Kick. Really good stab. 70 base power stab that lowers attack. I think that's so useful. Because that not only does Serena turn into like a blanket offensive Pokemon, it also is now supportive solely because of Trop Kick. And it evolves at 30 because you have to evolve it with Stomp, or like 29 or 30. And then you still have like High Jump Kick. You have good speed. It's like it's just better Lurantis. This thing is just better Lurantis. You have a useful ability. You've got a really good stab move. You're still using like Swords Dance to set up. Or do you not get Swords Dance? Oh, that hurts. Okay, you don't have Swords Dance, but I don't think you really need it. I don't think you need Swords Dance on this thing. I think just Trop Kick is really good defensively and offensively. You've got really good. Gen 7 has a lot of low speed Pokemons. Yeah, 72 speed is pretty good. And like I think 70 speed overall is like good. Is like a pretty good speed tier because you're faster than slow Pokemon. You're slower than fast Pokemon. I think it's like an overall good speed tier. Like you can outspeed some things. Yeah, Teeter Dance can be pretty good. I think just Trop Kick. Trop Kick is the selling point. I think that puts it into the S tier for me. Also, just its stats are good. It's bulky. It's got usable speed. It hits hard. I think yeah. And its abilities like can be pretty niche. It can save you from like you don't have to worry about Fake Out ever. You don't have to worry about like Sucker Punch, catching off guard. You don't have to worry about like a quick attack. Like it can be kind of safe. It can allow you to play somewhat safe, not as safe as like Battle Armor would let you play as, but yeah, I like Serena a lot. All right, the best Ghost Grass type, in my opinion, is the Anchor. Because this thing has 3 stabs because of Steelworker. Grass, Ghost, Steel is really good stab combination. You have 131 attack, good defenses. You're slow, but it's fine because you're so bulky. And like this thing would be like a great Trick Room Pokemon. If only you could learn Trick Room itself. That would help. But you have Gyro Ball. So like Gyro Ball is like your Steel Stab. You've got like Phantom Force for Ghost Stab, Power Whip. Even if you learn it low, it's got usable special attacks, so you can like Triple Stab, Giga Drain, Shadow Ball will work. Anchor Shot's really cool stab. Prevents it from switching out. That's kind of meh. This thing also gets Swords Dance. Yeah, it gets Swords Dance, so you can just go crazy. It's super bulky. It hits super hard. Really good, really cool typing. Triple Stab. Triple Stab is a really big deal, honestly. Plus, you have like Iron Defense Body Press too. There's a lot Dalmax can do. This thing's super, super cool. Honestly, this thing is a contender for La Planta. Just because, just all the things it can do. I'm going to throw it up here. Phantom Force is level 60. But you do get like, you can have like Shadow Claw earlier. Phantom Force is TM in a lot of games. Shadow Ball's fine stab too. Like its attack's gonna hit a lot harder, but like you still have the stab. Honestly, at 130, Attack Astonish is hitting pretty hard. Not gonna lie. Honestly, just Astonish is hitting pretty hard. Yeah, Shadow Claw will be fine stab. If this thing had Shadow Sneak, oh man, if this thing had Shadow Sneak, that'd be crazy. I will throw it up here. I think this thing's really cool. Alright, on to Gen 8. Rillaboom. I'm leaning just towards B tier. It's like a tank. It doesn't really have anything that it has in like competitive. You don't have Grassy Terrain. You still have Grassy Glide, right? I think it doesn't. I don't think this thing has anything special. I think Rillaboom is very painfully average grass type. 85 speed is pretty good though. It might end up being an A tier. Knockoff is pretty good. Woodhammer is not super late. Drum Beating's solid stab. Noble Roar. Raise your attack and special attack. You can raise your attack. You can learn Swords Dance. He can do decent things. He can learn Bulk Up. He's got some okay things going for him. He's got decent stab or decent coverage. I think he's better than Chestnut. I'd probably put him with Leafeon. I'd probably put him right next to Leafeon. I think this feels fair to me. Everyone agree here? Is we okay with this? Like very solid, serviceable grass type. Nothing super standout like Chlorophyll or great speed that Sceptile's got or cool dual typing. I think it's just a very solid B tier. Gen 2 grass type's not looking great. Not looking great. Except for Blossom. Blossom's up here. Blossom out here with Quiver Dance. You know what I do want to say, actually? I think for the same reason that Wormadam is balanced in B tier, because Quiver Dance Wormadam should probably be an A tier, but it doesn't have Quiver Dance all the time. I gotta treat Blossom the same, and I'm gonna throw it down here in B tier. Because it doesn't always have Quiver Dance. When it does have Quiver Dance, it goes in the S tier, but when it doesn't, I think it's A tier. I'm gonna balance it out to there. It's a little bit inconsistent. I'm gonna balance it out to the A tier. Alright, Eldegoss. I think Eldegoss is actually pretty cool. This thing's got Regenerator. It's got Regenerator. Cotton down to lower speed is okay. I mean, Cotton Spore is like it's like a nice utility move. I think it's just really lacking like Leech Seed or Sleep Powder. Like better support moves. But it does have Regenerator, which is such a good ability that it gets a B tier at least. It's got good defensive stats. It can still hit decently hard. With 90 attack, 90 special or 80 special attack, that's okay. It could do some damage. I think it'd be like better than Jump Bluff. Probably better than like these guys. Parasect down, get down there. I think I'd probably like it more. I'd probably put it like here. I feel like this is a pretty good realm of like. Honestly, Regenerator probably puts it up here. Regenerator gives it something that like these guys are lacking. Just by being able to switch out and heal yourself. But you just don't really offer much support. Other than like lowering speed screens, I guess. Like if I had this thing, I would run like Cotton Down or Cotton Spore screens, and then I guess just like Leaf Tornado for stab. Or maybe Leaf Storm, and then switch out. It's alright. It's pretty solid. Appleton, I think is going where Alolan Exeggutor is. It has Leech Seed, it has Recover. It's really slow. I don't think it has anything super impressive. It's a Dragon type, that's pretty cool. I don't think Dragon Grass is amazing typing, but it's still a Dragon type, so it's pretty cool. I think it's just like a Alolan Exeggutor, but you're gonna have it earlier. It's not entirely a Gen 8 tier list. It's an any game. This could be you're playing Gen 4, so consider Roserade in Gen 4, but also consider Roserade in Generation 8. It's like for any game ever. So things definitely vary. Things can definitely vary, like Wormadam is a great example, and Blossom is a great example. It definitely shifts depending on what generation you're playing, but it's a blanket statement, how good are they, like tools they are given. Like Venusaur is always going to do Venusaur things, whether it's Generation 1 or Generation 8. So it's very consistent. It does the same thing, so it's A tier. Wormadam in Generation 4, this Grass-type Wormadam is like C tier. It doesn't really do anything. But like BDSP and Gen 8 and Gen 7 Wormadam with Quiver Dance is like A tier. Because Quiver Dance is so good. Quiver Dance at level 20 is so good. So that's kind of the hard part about this list, but it's fun to do. Flapple. This thing is Dragon Dance at like 25. This thing is Dragon Dance at a point where I don't think the game is ready for you to have a Pokemon with Dragon Dance. I just don't. I just don't think it's ready for it. It's got good Grass Stab. Just Dragon Dance. Level 25 Dragon Dance. That's why this thing is here in A tier. It's going like right here. Yeah, I'll put it like right there. It can kind of pop off. Plus, outside of that, I mean, Gluttony is a pretty okay ability. Ripen doesn't do much. I don't think Ripen's super crazy. Gluttony, you eat your berry earlier. You just eat your berry. They're okay abilities. Yeah, 110 attack and then Dragon Dance is really good. It's really good. Yeah, Dragon Dance at what? Level 24. I don't think the game's ready for you to have Dragon Dance at 24. And at that point, you've got Gravity Apple coming pretty soon. You've got like Acrobatics at that point. Why do you have Acrobatics? You have Leech Seed too. Dragon Dance and Leech Seed is really crazy. Yeah, I think this thing just kind of pops off super early for no reason. And because it has Dragon Dance, it holds up into the late game really well. I would put this thing actually like here. I think this Pokemon's actually really good. Am I going to put an S tier? Level 24 Dragon Dance, man. Like, what are you... With Acrobatics at that point. Like, what? Like, that's so good. That's so good. It's either here or it's somewhere in the higher end of A tier. I honestly think it's good. I think this thing's good. I think this thing can just pop off for you. Yeah, I think I'll put it there. It's kind of frail. I'll throw it here. Let's go right here. How do we feel about that? Let's put it right there. That's good. Top of A tier. All right, on to Legends Arceus. So these two Pokemon could be considered if you're doing a Legends Arceus Nuzlocke, or if you're doing a randomizer that has these but doesn't change. Well-deserved S, TBH. I'm throwing an S tier. Level 24 Dragon Dance. It's going S tier. Alright. So, Hisuian Decidueye is... I think it's the worst grass fighting type. Its stats are pretty bad. It's like... I feel like it lost a little bit of its bulk for more attack, which is just not great. You do have like agile style. The combat of Legends Arceus kind of allows you to not have super good speed. But like 60 speed, it just sucks. It's you lose bulk. 95 special defense is still okay. I feel like it's just so... Triple Arrows is a decent move. You do have Roost. Top of C tier, maybe somewhere in B tier. Maybe like this. I could maybe do this. Yeah, I don't... Grass fighting is okay. Get out of here, you. Let's hide that. Below my webcam. I think it's very lackluster. Overall, I think like a Chestnut would be better. Alright, chat's going away. Sorry, guys. And then Grass Electric type in Electrode. Two birds with one stone. I mean, you have your Electric type, you have your Grass type. You are the ultimate water killer. I think it's very solid. I don't think Electrode stat-wise is anything crazy. So I'll throw it like somewhere here in B tier. It's pretty nice. It's pretty neat. Pretty nifty. Throw it like right there. Your Grass type not weak to flying. That's pretty cool. Your Electric type not weak to grass. Or not weak to ground. That's pretty cool. You're also a ground type or a grass type that doesn't beat ground. I think it's like decently offensive. It's like a pretty cool, interesting offensive type. Oftentimes you want a grass or an electric type on your team, and you can just have both. So two birds with one stone, I think it's nice. Alright, let's go ahead and finish the video off by ranking out LaPlanta. So, LaPlanta for blanket offense is Lilligant. Hisuian Lilligant is just the best Pokemon. It's like one of the best Pokemon ever. Lilligant is going to... I think Lilligant's going to take over the Chlorophyll Pokemon. The best Chlorophyll Pokemon is Lilligant. Both forms of Lilligant. I think the best Blanket Offense Pokemon, Grass type, is Breloom. I think Poison Heal, Leftovers, Leech Seed is just too crazy, too bulky. 130 attack is really good. But Delamise is really close by. But Breloom also has like priority. So Delamise is pretty close by. Ludicolo is also really close, but I think Lombre being so bad holds it back. And then the best support Grass type. The best just pure supportive Grass type, I think, goes to Whimsicott. Because of the Fairy typing, because of Prankster's really good ability. It's also really fast, like Tailwind. It's got so much going for it. Whimsicott's just got a really good moveset, so I think these are the Le Plantas. So Chlorophyll is the two Lilligant forms, both of which are just so crazy. Blanket Offense is Breloom, and Whimsicott is for support. Thanks for tuning into the video, guys. Thank you, chat, for being here. Sorry I had to hide chat because bots are annoying. Anyways, love y'all. Thanks for tuning into the video. Stay tuned to the channel. I think I'm going to do Ghost type next, so... Love y'all. Thank you for supporting me. Gets me to 1,000! Curse you. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe. Alright. Later, peeps.